Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can go from this and transform into this for a really glamorous, Christmassy look even if you have Bells Palsy. So starting off, I did my foundation off camera because there's nothing really special that you need to do. Then we're going in straight away with the brows, and the mistake I used to make is that I used to do a really high arch. What you need to do is make them really long and elongated, make them nice and snatched. So what this does is that it gives the illusion of a lifted face and a lifted eye, which is really good for, if you have Bells Palsy, because you have a little bit of droopiness. So make sure you're doing short strokes and you're brushing it out every now and then. And just keep checking to make sure that you're getting it right, and then keep going in where you need to. And then taking your concealer, I'm using Mercier, and a really small angled eyebrow brush. I'm going to take the concealer onto the brush and you're going to carve your eyebrows with that concealer. So that concealer is basically going to work as like a rubber. It's going to take away all of the mistakes that you made, and this is the time for you to really perfect your brows and get them to the exact angle that you want. And then blend out all of your concealer with your foundation brush, because that way it'll be more seamless and you don't have that halo effect that sometimes you can get with using concealer on your eyebrows. If you have an eyeshadow primer, then this is the perfect time to use it. Otherwise, I'm using concealer again, and I'm just going to be setting it with some NYX translucent powder. It's translucent, like I said, so any colour or any skin tone can use it. For eyeshadow, I'm using Fenty Beauty, and all the products that I use will be linked in the description, so if I don't mention anything, it will all be there. But we're going in with this orange colour, and that will be used as our transition shade. We're going to go in above the crease and basically just all over the lid. You want to make sure you're bringing all the colours up and out, because that will give you that elongated and lifted look that we're trying to achieve. And the number one thing as well that I've learned over the years is that you have to keep on blending. Blend, blend, blend like your life depends on it. Once you're done, when you think you're done, just blend a little bit more, and that will always give you this soft glam look. Then with a smaller blending brush, I'm going to be taking this purple shade, and that will be used on the outer third of my eye. I always try to keep it quite neutral when I'm going for a red lip. I mean, I'm neutral every day anyway, really, because it's easier and it's more versatile. But especially if I'm going for a red lip, you want to keep the eyeshadows more towards the brown shades and only have your sort of darker shades on the outer corner. And then for that complete intense look, we're going to go in with a dark brown. And that will be, imagine like you're making a sideways V on your eye, so it would just be the outermost part of your eye. And you're going to be blending it in like a V shape so that you don't bring it too forward into the eye and you don't bring it in too close to the inner corner, because we're trying to make the eye still seem quite big. With synkinesis that you get from Bells Palsy, your eye sort of squints sometimes when you're talking or you're chewing, so it makes your eye look smaller than it already is. and we're trying to avoid that. So we can avoid that by going into the inner corner with a lighter shade, and that will just brighten everything up and make everything look big again. Now I have super curly eyelashes naturally, so I have to uncurl my lashes before I do any eyeliner or mascara or anything like that. And I just do that by taking a lash curler, turning it upside down, and then squeezing a few times, and then you go in at the roots, and then you go into the middle, and you do that again, and then voila, your eyelashes are straight. So for eyeliner, you just want to make sure that you're looking all the way down. Since we can't lift our eyebrow to help us, we have to make sure that we're trying to make as much space, I guess, on the eye as possible. And you can do that by looking all the way down, having your mirror underneath you so that you can really see what you're doing. And then every now and then just look up to make sure that you're doing it right and you're not going to have raccoon eyes, and then keep on going. Now I decided to do a bonus today and do false lashes. I've been loving wearing false lashes recently, and it's actually really easy once you know what you're doing. Make sure that you're using tweezers. Tweezers really help you to get close to the natural lash line. That way you can really place them as close as possible. You can see as I get closer to the eye, it's really easy to just set them down on top of my lashes, and then you just pinch each side, pressing it onto the skin, and then voila, they're on. Also, make sure that the glue is tacky. If you go in with the glue still wet, you're going to have a slippery mess. It's going to be moving around everywhere. You're going to be waiting for ages for the lashes to dry on you. It's easier once the glue has gone a bit sticky. It's easier on the normal side because you can lift your brow to sort of stretch the skin if you want. But you can still do this quite easily on the Bells Palsy side as well. Just make sure that you're looking all the way down and you're using tweezers, and then it'll be easy. Once the lashes are set, we're going to be using mascara just to sort of bind our natural lashes with the fake ones. If you're struggling with a really big wand, I was using a Rimmel London mascara here. I recommend the Charlotte Tilbury mascara because it comes with a really thin wand and there's only bristles on two sides of the wand, so it's really easy to get into the inner corner. And if you can't sort of like widen your eye, it's quite easy because it's not too big, so you won't make a mess, hopefully. And then I don't like it when my lashes are sort of sticking up too much, so I just try to pat them down a little bit and then they just look perfect. Now going in with concealer again, we're going to be going a small triangle on the inner corner, like closer to your nose. And then the way we did our eyeshadow, you're going to be drawing a line to make that, again, that lifted line, that elongated, so that it looks a bit more precise. Also, we're highlighting in that direction, so your eye is going to be tricked into sort of following the light up your face rather than like before when I used to conceal. I used to bring it all the way down, like onto my cheeks and everything, and that just makes your face look even more round, which I have a round face, so I really wanted to create a sort of more narrow and lifted face. I wonder how many times I've said lifted in this video. And then we're just going to be setting that with the NYX powder again, but I'm going to be mixing it with Laura Mercier powder because that one has actual pigment in it that's closer to my skin tone, and then the NYX one, I just like it because it's really, really fine. And then going in with Fenty Beauty again, but this time with the bronzer. I prefer bronzer to contour because it's a lot easier to use and it gives you more colour than just regular contour. So we're going to be taking that on the actual brow bone and then going up your temple and a little bit over the brow as well. By using it here and not bringing it too far down, again, we're creating that look of your face being more lifted than it actually is. I think a lot of these tips I've learned as well because I have a naturally round face, so I've been trying to do more tricks to slim it down. And when you contour, like how we used to do back in the day, when you contour in the hollows of your cheeks, that just brings it all down because it's so far down on your face. So obviously your eye is drawn to that, but the higher up you bring it, the more sort of lifted again that is going to appear. And then I like to mix my blush with my highlighter because then I can have a nice glow and a bit of more colour as well. I'm going to be taking that above where I put the bronzer on my cheekbones and up the temple as well, and also down the bridge of my nose. So using the same brush that we use for the eyeshadow, we're going to be taking the highlighter and using it on the inner corner and the bridge of the nose as well as the cupid's bow. And also along the brow bone. Now for the exciting part, we're going to be creating our red lip. So taking a red lip liner, we're going to be following the natural line of your lips. I don't like the whole trend of overlining your lips. I think even on a normal person, they don't look that good. So I wouldn't recommend you overlining your lips, even if you have Bells Palsy, just because you don't want to bring even more attention to that area. What I'd like to do is just create a more even look, I suppose. So I try to make my normal side look more like my Bells Palsy side, which might sound counterproductive, but it's actually better because then you're not being a bit more overdramatic with your makeup, you're being a bit more natural, and it looks right. I don't know how to describe it, it just looks right. So I actually bought the Fenty Beauty liquid lipstick, but the colour was just so off and it was really dry and I just didn't like it. So I'm going in with the Bourjois Rouge Velvet liquid lipstick. I've been using this for years and years and years and I swear by it. So just taking that everywhere on the lips, following that lip liner that we created. And don't be afraid to go back in with the lip liner as well if you just need to tidy up. And you can also use your concealer on a concealer brush to tidy up any mistakes. And voila, we are all done. Apologies for getting this out quite late. I did try already to make this video and it was 45 minutes long and my phone was not having it. It couldn't sync the video, so I had to film it again, but I'm so happy that I did because it turned out even better. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and let me know if you'd like me to try and do any other looks for you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!